We are back, and you might have noticed that, well, hopefully you noticed because I mentioned it. All of those clips are from Palmer's, and we are back with Tom Sherman, who you might know and love, who runs sound there. Tom. Hi. Thanks for joining us.
What a pleasure. It's coming in and seeing all the familiar faces, not just yours, is really cool.
Yeah.
It's like being at Palmer's, just not as much booze.
Just in a living room with less spilled drinks.
I actually call Palmer's the living room, so everybody meets there. So we're right at home. You just need a bar over there and some.
I feel like that's gimmick infringement. Like,
There's plenty of bars in town. Like, it's not gimmicky. It's make sure you got some Jameson.
It's drinky.
Yeah, exactly.
It's drinky.
Whiskey, rock and roll.
All right, there you go. How did you get into running sound in the cities here?
In the city specifically, or in the industry?
Yes, and.
Okay, so I got into the industry because at age 18, I went to Ozfest in Detroit, Michigan, and I got caught with a dime bag with one of my best friends. They threw the book at me and my friend. 2 years of probation, like 100 hours community service, all the things. But specifically on my probation, and my mom just recently found the probationary piece of paper that had it with the handwritten piece saying, cannot go to shows. Because obviously going to Ozfest and seeing metal is just going to ruin my innocent mind, and that's why I'm doing drugs, which, ironically, it's now legal in this state. But as retribution for that, I went and got a job at the local theater and started getting my volunteer work done there, and then found myself doing lighting there. And that just kind of, I've never found another home outside of that in any career. Just theater, sound, lighting. I want to work on video. I got to get that going, but it was all a mean-spirited retribution to the judge that I'm never going to see again. I still have that probation violation.
What a great middle finger.
I really like to think that's... I always dream of going back in front of that judge to actually deal with it and just being like, well, you could put me back on probation, give me, ridiculous sentencing, or you could say, hey, my ruling got you an entire career in this whole other state. Like, I'm proud of you. Like, here you go, be free. Because otherwise, like, why would you punish me if I actually took it and did something with it?
Right.
So that's kind of like my fantasy about it, but really they're going to throw the book at me. It's probably. Just with my luck with government.
Hopefully not. You currently run sound at Mortimer's and Palmer's. And
and Memory Lanes.
And Memory Lanes.
We got
I
the
didn't
punk
know
rock
that.
bowling back.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know that, but I had no idea.
Yeah,
cool.
Luke, Batman, and I all kind of got together and really got that going. Luke Parker's booking it. Batman is obviously the manager at Memory Lanes, and we all just loved it. So that's what we're really happy to be bringing back. And you guys really made it happen, not me. Specifically. So, and it's been going great.
That's great. Of those 3 rooms or wherever you've mixed sound, what's been the most challenging place and the best place?
Most challenging, probably Palmer's as a room. Learning that space was very bizarre, and it wasn't until I realized that the reflections of the monitors on stage making that like your perfect practice space. And that's why in-ears kind of don't work there, because like the monitors and the mains both work together for everybody to hear everything. And it wasn't until I understood the reflections of that room and how it acts that I suddenly, like, it clicked for me. But it took me a long time to figure that out. That was a very bizarre room. I expected the same for the outdoor stage, but that is somehow, that's magic. I don't understand that. That the physics of that, like, you can stand anywhere on that patio. It just sounds good. And I don't know. That's not by my doing. I don't understand the physics. I just make it sound good coming out of the speaker. That's it. And it just, physics makes it work. It's I'm not mathy.
Okay. Awesome. What's the funnest spot to run sound?
Probably Palmer's outdoor.
The outdoor.
Mortimer's.
Okay.
Mortimer's has the bigger system, so I'm not worried about protecting the system so much as I'm worried about protecting people's ears, which is a different kind of battle that I kind of enjoy, because if it hurts me, like you should be wearing earplugs, but I don't want you to have to. You shouldn't. Your ears shouldn't hurt by being in the room, and that system can do it. So it's, to me, that's an interesting problem. And then Palmer's outside is just fun.
Yeah. It's fun for a lot of reasons.
Right?
Yeah. What if there were like 2 or 3 things that you would want bands to know that would make your life easier as a sound person? What would those 2 or 3 things be?
My first and biggest thing, actually, I've got one for the bands and one for the patrons, actually.
Oh,
These
okay.
are my 2 biggest gripes, if you may, just kind of slightly.
Continue, sir.
The first one is with bands. One of my favorite things to say when we're all ready, I try and make sure everybody's tuned, got our vocal mics ready, everybody's in the system, and all right, guys, stage is yours. And I kill the jukebox, and everybody's looking down at their tuner pedals. It's like, I specifically have a line about, are you tuned? You got your drinks? Did you go pee? You ready to go? Every time to the tuner pedals, and the jukebox dies, and there's that weird silence, and just go, please, like. And most bands are actually really responsive to the ways that I try and prompt, and then there are the bands that aren't, and it's fine. If you see this interview, now you know.
When Tom says go, fucking go.
Right? Take her advice. Listen.
That's what I say about everything, though, so.
The other one is specifically to patrons at the show. Like, I like talking to you, especially if I see you all the time. Like, I love saying hello. When a band is getting on and off stage is not the time to talk to them. And when the first song of the first band goes, shh, my ears are my money makers. The second song, third song,
right.
Come up and say hi. First song, band just started. I need my ears. And that's my only thing. And I always try and respectfully do it. But then you get to a place where Palmer's, where everybody knows you. And it continues to just be like, oh, hey, Tom. Oh, hey, Tom. Oh, hey, Tom. And I feel the respect. That's why I never want to knock it too much. But first song, shh.
Tom, the first song.
That's it.
Okay.
At least I should be able to get through that. From there, we'll figure it out.
Excellent. Funnest band that you've mixed?
Well, I just did that what was it called? The punk thing Saturday? Just yesterday at Mortimer's. They had that early all ages punk show. Identity Crisis opened it, and War Plague closed out the early show. That was amazing. That was really cool, seeing the kids having a real punk rock experience, seeing the mosh pit. I haven't seen a mosh pit like that in forever. It was intense, but yet safe. I watched everybody taking care of each other, and even the people that had a little issue, like being able to pull them aside and just being like, hey, everybody's here for a good time. It was really nice. And the fact that the whole community, that's my favorite thing about punk rock, is that community. Otherwise, it's Daikaiju. Go see Daikaiju. Like, just secret favorite band to run. I don't really have to do much sound because they don't have vocals. They play really loud amps. It's surfer metal rock based on Godzilla themes. And they light their drums on fire, and the crowd surfs the drummer while he plays his drums. And it's a very intense, very scary, very fun show. And it's an experience.
Okay. Good recommendation. All right.
I highly recommend it.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having
This is a
me.
super fun interview.
Right? Have me back anytime.
Okay. We probably will. We definitely will.
I look forward to it.
Tom Sherman, everyone.